Hello, 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 everybody. I am doing my, uh, gosh, I'm gonna do like my welcome to part of my podcast. So I am thinking that, where I left off at, I think I left off at, oh yeah, I remember. Raising my brother and sister. I think about it then and now and kind of like comparison the whole scenario of it, and I have come to the conclusion that without them I wouldn't be who I am now, or I will say 13 years ago, because my firstborn child was born in 2010, and I think I had custody of my siblings. I think about maybe mm, 11, 12, no, what's it? No, 11, no, so 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. I'll say probably like 2000, so like 2000, I say 2012. Yeah, because I had to kind of like had the opportunity to learn. You know, like learn what is what, and they taught me a lot. I was like, I think I was maybe 27 years old. I would say, yeah, like 26, 27 years old, somewhere around in there. But I was in my 20s. I had no kids. Like, I'm living in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? As a 20 something years old. And I was trying to have a white girl summer, you know? That's what I was trying to do. But I'll say probably maybe '05 or '06. I'm thinking maybe my mother became ill, and to a point where we had to like leave our house that we were living in and to downsize into a bedroom, a 3 bedroom at that. We went from a 4 bedroom to a 3 bedroom. My mom got into a car accident, and she somehow, some way, kind of like fractured her neck, but it wasn't like a fracture. It was like a hairline cut or whatever in her neck. but she was good. So my mom was living um in Massachusetts, and I went to Atlanta, and she came down. She had custody of my brother and sister, and then next thing I know, I have my mom, I have my sister, brother, all living in my one bedroom apartment. Y'all, it was literally, my kitchen was literally a rectangle. My dining area, which where I had my kitchen table. Then you had the living room. Those kind of like connected together. And then out the hall you had your bathroom, and then to your left, I think it was, yeah, it was my bedroom. And I had like a big closet and everything. And I had a big closet and everything that was in the hallway. And I'm like, this is becoming overwhelming. But my mother was telling me that she was going to find a place for my brother and sister and her to live, because my sister was getting ready to come down, and I just felt like that would just be too many people in a one bedroom. I was just going crazy with all of them in my one bedroom apartment. Yeah, I love my little apartment in Georgia. It was beautiful. I love it. My mom bought me some furniture for the whole apartment, because I moved in there with a boom box that I got from the pawn shop. And at first, I started off with, like, a lot of blankets, cushion blankets and stuff like that. And I will go like to like the thrifty stores, and I would literally like make a pallet. That's what they call it, to sleep on. And I'm in my room and I have my little music. And then I got my job where I was making like a little good money, some real good money, right? At that point in time, I felt there was good money because I was broke, working at these restaurants and stuff like that and stuff. And so I got a job as a um, medical assistant. I went to school, and then my internship decided that they wanted to keep me because they like how I work. And I work hard. I have been working since I was probably, it's like maybe 5 to 6 years old. I was working, and I was working as far as going to the field, grabbing the animals, taking care of the animals, and grabbing the chickens and the chicken eggs, to feeding them, to picking the vegetables off the garden. I mean, like, I would literally, we would literally do all of that before we have breakfast. And my big mama, she was um, a woman who was a slave. So a lot of things, a lot of things I learned from her. I must say, I learned a lot from her. Yeah. I kind of like sit back and watch and study everybody. And I still to this day does that. I will literally sit there and study someone, like for real, for real. Like I would study them as far as to see if they're good people or they're not. Like it's just strange. It's just strange to explain it. Like I can literally feel it. I know people's like, oh, that's you're crazy. But no, like for real, I really feel like good spirit, bad spirit, you know. But we will get all that done, and then grandma will go in the kitchen and she'll make us some. She might do fish and grits, or oh my god, y'all, sardine and grits. I'll be like, oh my god. And then she would do we might have eggs. Oh my god, my favorite is cream of wheat. I still to this day eat cream of wheat. I'm sitting here thinking like, what? Cream of wheat? Yes. I get some of that. But, and then after we started doing that, was- my mother started working for this hotel. Yeah, she worked in a hotel as far as like cleaning the rooms. So she was like the manager. Sorry. She was the manager. She was in charge of housekeeping. And she would give all her workers their room, what they need to do. And I promise you, we usually had to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. We needed to be there by 6:30. And it's a long ride. Like we grew up in the South. You know, like the South where they got the cotton and they got the cotton fields and corn fields and stuff like that's like when people watermelon field they had, and that was like work, picking up pop watermelon and putting it on the back of the truck. I remember riding in the car with my mom, and I see the watermelon man with his pickup truck with watermelon going to the city or town. Yeah, I would say town, and like literally sell it. You know, yeah, that was good. Sometimes I wish that I could raise my son up the way I was raised, but I will probably do it a lot different. Me and my sister, we used to get our ass whooped. You hear me? Whooped. It's like, don't play no games. Strip to your underwears with the stitcher cord type shit. And you'd be like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and get these, what she say, um, 6 to 7 slashes is what you'll get. And I so feel like those 5 or 6 slashes that I'm gonna get, they felt like it was taking too long. Like it was taking too long. It was taking too long. Them little 5, 6 hits. I'm like, oh my God, please let it be over with. And I'm trying to like break the chain because in 2010 I was like 32 years old, and I still had custody of my brother and sister, and I literally got cuss. I not like custody, but like I was able to like handle them being in school, like taking them to their doctor's appointments and stuff like that. But my mother always had like adoption paperwork and stuff like that. And I tell you what, I did not want to do it. She was begging me, please, please do this, take custody, take custody, take custody. And at that time, my mind wasn't really like open, you know. It was kind of like knowing that mm, that doesn't feel right, but because an adult told me that that's what I'm supposed to do, and I'm like, okay, that's what I'm supposed to do. It's a little hard trying to talk about this. Um, like, it's really hard talking about this because what is it? It's 2024, and how we were raised up back then, how I see how I'm raising my son, and how I see other people raising their kids. Like, still have that, you move when I talk. When I say do something, you move. You don't take your time, you don't wait. And that's like, Master say move, you move. But it's like I can't do that with my these generation. Oh my God. They like, mm-mm. There is no part of it, don't want no part of it. Forget what you're saying. So what? I don't care. Yeah, whatever. And I mean like if I would have like talked to my mother or big mama like that, oh my goodness, all those would be gone right now. All of them. You, these won't even be real teeth. Wouldn't even be real teeth. Because they would have knocked them out of my mouth, you know? But I'm kind of like, I'm glad that my grandmother was a big part of our life. Big mama. I'm glad she was because I take what she has taught me into what I'm trying to teach my child as far as making sure he understand what's right, what's wrong. But I still have that little what you say, little that little in the back where I'll be like when I say do something, you need to move, you need to go do it right now. That every now and then, not every now and then, every day. When I say go clean your room, that's what I mean. Go clean your room. If I say go wash the dishes, that's what I want. It's like now they like, oh my God, that they just want to talk back. And I'm just like, oh, if Big Mama was alive, they would have my Big Mama in jail. She would be in jail because that is like abuse is what they call it now. Back then that was discipline. This is abuse. So you went from being abused to not to being abused. And you're trying to think about it. You think about it. You think about it. Look, think about it. If you would either go, oh, your whole your whole is bust because Big Mama, Little Mama didn't play that. I see. I feel like sometimes, like I used to like. I remember I used to get my behind whooped once a year. No lie, once a year I'll get my whooping. And and I promise you, my mother will always say to me, she say, "Time for that tune up, huh? I need to tune you up. That means it's time for another ass whooping, and you need to let me. You need to do what I say, or I'm gonna tear your behind up." And I was like, I wanted to take a break, for real, to tell you the truth. And I said, it was like I would get literally. I felt like I got the laziness beat out of me. But when we used to work, my mom used to be a house in charge of housekeeping at a hotel, and the hotel had a restaurant attached to it. I remember because we used to go there for breakfast or we used to go there for lunch, and we used to be cleaning rooms, cleaning toilets, making beds, cleaning mirrors, all that stuff. We worked. And we got a little paid, got a little check from it. You know what I'm saying? We didn't get as much as the ladies, but we got a little something, something. But I wish my mother taught me and my sibling saving. But I look at it now, and if your mother was born during the slavery days and you are now into the next generation and savings is a big thing. If I'd have known that, I'd be like, put my money in the savings, put my money in savings, put my money in savings. If I would have put my money in savings from, I think I was probably like, I would say between 8 and 10, maybe. Maybe I was 10 and my sister was 8, because I remember getting up on top of the little hotel sinks and cleaning the mirrors, them big long mirrors. You're like, oh my God. Like. I remember one day I did not feel like working. I didn't feel like being there. I was just like over it. And we was cleaning, and my last thing I had to do in this room was, kid you not, was to clean that long window. The window that's like over your sink. You can brush your teeth, you can put your makeup on, and all that and stuff. It was over that area. So I was cleaning it, and oh my goodness, the whole mirror cracked, and I will say cracked as far into pieces. It cracked into four big pieces. I was like, I cried because I knew I was about to get my behind toe up. I done broke. these people stuff. She's gonna kill me. She's gonna kill me. And I don't know what happened. I couldn't even tell you what happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know if that's like a part of me. It's kind of like blocked out, you know. They say if you have like certain trauma, you kind of like black out. You know what I'm saying? Like you kind of like say, like your brain has a way of blocking that memory, so you don't have to remember it because it was just so bad until you just like, I don't want to remember. But I wish that we could choose what to remember and what not to remember. Because certain things I wish to this day that I did not remember, don't want to remember. I try to like erase it out of my brain because I do not want to know. But so being a housekeeper, making beds, stripping beds, and stuff like that. Like when the housekeepers are cleaning a room, they have to have the door open. But because we were minors working inside of a hotel, cleaning rooms, my mother will close the door and she will have the key to that room to come in and check on us so that she could make sure everybody else is doing their job and stuff like that, make sure she's doing, her job. I remember we had like housekeeping works really hard because I remember we had to do laundry. It's like the clothes that the linen, that's what it was called, linen. The linen that we took off the bed, we had to make sure they were washed for the next shift. Yeah, that was crazy. But not to say like being like complaining. I wouldn't call it complaining. I would literally call it, without that I would have not have grown as much as I have. Like you learn things. I had, some people learn things the easy way, some people learn things the hard way. I was like in between. I know that sounds so crazy. How can you be in between? I was, because I used to think about it like, okay, if I do this, is this gonna happen? If I sneak and do this, is that gonna happen? I was like, oh my God, I'm still gonna do it anyway. But my sibling, oh my God, did not care about breaking any rules, being disrespectful, doing what she wanted to do or he wanted to do, didn't care. And very much did not approve of people telling them how to move and how not to move. But the way I was raised up back in them times, my younger times, when I was 27 and I had to take care of my brother and sister, I treated them as like I was treated, like you do what I tell you to do. And when I tell you to do, you do it, like don't talk back. Um, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Like it was like crazy because like now I cannot use the same technique, I'll say, as far as being a parent, as far as being able to be able to, um, I guess because between right and wrong, it seemed like when I was younger, I knew it was wrong. I knew it was wrong to say something. I knew it was wrong to talk back. And I knew that I'm supposed to keep my mouth shut. But my child is the total opposite. He gonna tell you, like, I ain't feeling what you saying and I don't feel safe. Like I'm his mother and he don't feel safe with me. What are you talking about? Gotta be kidding me. Like literally kidding me that he really thought this through. But becoming such a young caretaker and living in the city of Georgia, and I wanted to have fun. I was single black, beautiful, voluptuous woman in Atlanta, and I swear people were trying to holler at me left and right, and I was trying to run. I was like, I don't want no relationship. We could do the dipping and the dab, going about your business. You're not even spending the night. You need to go. Get up, put your clothes on. All right, bye. Type thing. And then it's like, soon as I changed it up, as soon as I changed it up, man. Um, I just kind of like gonna redirect. That's what I mean. Growing up, I have I have some good memories and I have bad memories. But it was fun. It was fun when we lived in South Carolina, but then when we left the country part of South Carolina and moved into the like city part of it, that's when life changed. Sometimes I wonder if if my mother would have made it about me and my sibling and her and Big Mama, things probably would have been a whole lot different. And I am very thankful that I went through what I went through as a kid, as a teenager, and what is it? Young elect? No, like young. I know the word, but I can't pronounce it. But analyst, but I am like some things I could do without. Like I don't want to have to learn from that. I don't want to learn from that. You could just erase that out of my brain because it seems like the over trauma in life is the one that we kind of like hold on to, and I just wish I didn't have to hold on to it. So basically, I kind of like started this. I started this podcast because I wanted to write a book, a biography of me, how I grew up, what I remember, what how I am now to um maybe like okay from growing up, from dealing with things I had to deal with, turning 13 and my whole world just crumbled, crumbled, it crumbled. And when I say crumbled, it crumbled. And it's taken me a little longer to tell my story, to tell my truth, what I remember. Not trying to add anything on it or trying to make people feel sorry for me, but I wanted to like be able to tell my story this way, not in a book. But I did start it. I did start it to write it, and I felt that it was like so hard, so hard to write until I couldn't. I will write and then I will type. By the time I got finished typing, I couldn't write those words. Oh, by the time I get finished writing, I didn't want to type those words. I didn't want to type those. And lifting those words off of that paper and sticking it onto the memories, the things that I have been through, things that I have seen, have heard. It's just harder to tell it inside of a book. Because if I would literally try to put it as like a book, oh my lord, it would be like the Stevie King's book, It, and y'all know that book is thick. I haven't even I haven't even begun to read it at all. But I just wanted to I just wanted to be able to tell my story this way. And if I have to sip some wine, whatever, to just kind of like get the words to just roll off of my tongue and just make it easier to understand my grief and my pain and my heartaches. I am grateful. I am thankful. I am sad. I am depressed. And I am a loving, caring person. But it's like once you burn me, it's like kind of hard to come back from it. It really is really hard. And I felt like this would be like the only way that I could express how I feel and to heal with me sharing. Because even though I talk with a therapist, even though I have a partner that I could talk to, therapy, I could talk to. That's where I do most of my talking is in therapy. And I just can't do it without feeling to the point where I'm just like, blah, numb, being numb, being black, growing up in half white, half black neighborhoods, seeing things, seeing things that I'm not supposed to see, and like trying to like overcome it is like really, really, really hard for me to just say, forget it, you know, just like whatever and keep it moving. I feel like if I could do it that way, I probably would have never been hurt the way I have. And it's like from 26, from 26 up until my age now, I have seen so much, went through so much, hurt through so much, healed through so much. So this podcast that I have started, this is the start of healing, the start of me putting myself out there because I know a lot of us, we go through so much. People have different ways of coping, how it is, and stuff like that. But you can guarantee that it will not be like this all the time. So, this is me, Capers Mindset, signing off. Until we meet again, be safe, blessed, and create memories. I will be back next week and we will be continuing my story. And I thank you for listening and I love you. And I want everybody to be blessed and be safe. Goodbye.